So you see here, Nick, how we always talk about this with Nick, with CJ, with Zayden and Zane. When you see like a little scramble here for the ball, like on defense, like you saw here, Zane and Zayden both were we're like causing trouble with the ball. You take off. CJ does this perfect. You do too, Nick. You just take off. Just take off, and poof, the ball went right to you. This is what I want to see on Saturday, guys. Nick, CJ, you see on Mason, you see on the other end, the ball gets fumbled, like the defense is kind of about to take it away. You take off, and boom, easily, 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 easily. This is 10 points, easily 10 points a game, just off of this right here. Because we have Zayden and Zane that play great defense. Boom, this is easy, easy points right here. If you notice here, they play a high 1-2-2 defense. You see here, 1-2-2, and they got the two in the back. They play high. They're basically playing half court defense. And what's going to happen is, I think that's Mason. Mason gets the ball in this corner. These two are going to end up trapping. So in this example, Nick, hold on one second. So in this example, Mason goes and Mason gets the ball. Got my little pen here. Mason gets the ball on that side. This defender's going to trap. That defender's going to trap. He should be moving here on this side. In this example, Nick, you should now cut to the middle here, not down, but like a little bit above the 3-point line, so that Mason can throw that ball right back to you to avoid that trap. Because this happened, it didn't happen a lot the last game we played them, but the first game, for sure, it happened. So Nick, let's say you pass it here. I don't know who's on this side, but you pass it to Zayden. This guy comes here. This guy comes here, and now you gotta run to the middle so that he can pass it right back to you. Okay, and this goes. I know it's Mason and Nicholas here, but this goes for CJ, Carlos, the brothers. This goes for whoever gets the ball up here. They play a real aggressive 1-2-2 defense at the half court line. So you see how they're bringing the ball down here, right? And look at this middleman, number 11, right here. Look how wide open he is. They just give him the ball here. So I know in this example we have Curry, but in the last game we had Ike or Jathan or Carlos in the middle. If you see somebody that wide open, remember what I told you? I need you to get in front of them. I need you to get between them and the ball. At the very minimum, Curry, stand right behind him. Stand right behind him because then they won't pass the ball because they're going to think, you see how far away you are? That's where they passed it. Look at this smooth move here by Nick. Woohoo! That was a smooth. Hey, we gotta be aggressive, guys. I know that in this case it's Jathan, but whoever's down here got to be aggressive, man. But we're playing for the championship right here. This is not going to be given to us easily. This has to be a fight down there. So just putting your hands up, hoping the ball comes to it. No, you got to move your behind to the ball. You got to push people out the way. Literally, that's how aggressive you got to be. You got to use your body, use your hips, use your butt to move them out the way to grab a rebound. So you gotta play aggressive and down low for the ones that Ike, Jathan, Carlos, Amir, Kari. You gotta play super aggressive down low when the ball gets shot up. So notice how they're now in this example they're doing a half court press. They're putting two defenders up top right there. So this is easy to break as long as you do not. Let me show you a picture right quick. As long as you do not just dribble to them. As long as you does not go here, you should be fine. If you saw, they both have to follow you, right? That's what they're trying to do. So when they both get near you, pass the ball to the player. Now, if they're too close, pump fake up the pass and then pass on the bottom because they were trapping us last game pretty good. But in this example, you just have to learn to read the defense. And in this example, Nick he hit a good three, and Mason did a good job of giving the ball up. They came at him, he passed it right over, and then Nick made a play. So look at this here. And again, this goes for Carlos, Mason, whoever's bringing the ball up. The defense came up. Mason got rid of it and went to Jathan. Jathan got trapped in that corner. And Zayden, you need to go up a little bit here. You need to go up a little bit. Because look, when you got the ball, you kind of took a jump shot. Had you gone up, like towards it, when Jathan passed you the ball, you would have been right under the basket for an easy layup. It was a great shot, though. Great shot, but it would have been a better shot if you were actually moving towards the basket. He gives you the ball the same way he did, and then poof, you got a wide open, easy layup. I just want to show you guys how what solid defense this was, man. Solid defense right here. Solid defense, man. Curry moving great right there, right where you need to be, Curry. And then Jathan blocking the baseline. Hands up, Curry. That's perfect. That's perfect. Boom. Right there. Making it difficult. Mason right there, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome defense right there. It's a great here example of breaking the press by passing. Carlos throws it into Mason in the corner. Carlos gets back into play, back to Carlos. Remember, we have Zayden and Nick right here in the middle at all times as a bailout. But this was a great play and great anticipation pass by Carlos. Carlos, look, Mason gives it back to Carlos. Carlos didn't throw it to Mason right here. Carlos threw it to where Mason was going. So look, right, beautiful pass. But here, Carlos, or here, Mason, you gotta look to get rid of this ball because you dribbled yourself into a corner, and especially you see two defenders. Look, the moment you see two defenders here, you should just give that ball up right to Curry, and that's exactly what I'm telling you. You'll see me here. The moment you see two defenders here, and you're going to the corner, you should have just given this ball up right to Curry. Sometimes we do too much dribbling, guys. Sometimes we do way too much dribbling. When if you just look up, boom, give it right to her. She would have all day to make that layup. So again, you see a double team here. They're playing a two, kind of like a 2-3, really high, right at half court. Either they got one person waiting for you, or they got two people. So in this case, Zayden comes and sets the screen, which is great. Great. At the very minimum, but it wasn't like it was a good screen. Good screen. You see here how they try to go past Mason, and then who stepped up? Nick stepped up and made them now retreat back. When you move the way you're supposed to move on defense, we make it hard for them. You saw how Mason just got rid. How Mason passed the ball before the double team came. They came up. Oof. Nick made a perfect pass. That was the right play. The right play was right there, passing to the open man, which in this example was Jathan. And Jathan could even took it a step further. He gets the ball. Look who's wide open underneath. Curry. Great shot. Great shot. But a step, a more advanced, better play would have been poof right to the middle, right down the middle to Curry. But it was a great shot, and that should have been a travel because she fell down and she picked up the dribble and she got the rebound. Guys, this player here, his name is Santiago. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. He only dribbles with one damn hand, guys. Look at this. Look at this. He's dribbling the ball with his right hand in front of Nick. Get the ball. Get the ball, guys. He literally does not dribble with his left. That ball should be stolen every single time. Every single time when he's dribbling it. Every single time. He. This is why I'm really big on you developing your left hand or your right hand if you're lefty. Going up with your left hand layup on the left side. It is not because it's something that will serve you if you're trying to play basketball, rec league or middle school or down the road. Developing both your hands. So if you observe him, he pretty much only dribbles with his right hand. Put pressure on him, and he'll turn it over. All right, Daniel, we can't do this, dude. We can't do this. You play with your shoes untied at that moment, right, man? Until there's a timeout called, until the ball goes out of bounds, you can't do that. Like you literally cannot do that, Zayden, at all. Not at all. Look at look at this. The ball's going, and there's no defenders here. We cannot do this, guys. We cannot do this. You can tie your shoes at the timeout. The ball goes out of bounds. Tie your shoes, whatever the case is. But you just can't completely ignore everything going on because your shoelaces are untied. All right. This is us breaking the press by passing. So I want to show you the sample here. how number 14 only dribbles with his right hand. What hand should you be dribbling with on this side, guys? If you learned anything from me, just one thing this entire summer, what's on this left side, what hand should you be dribbling with? Why is he dribbling the ball right in front of Mason's face right here? Like, why? This is why you develop both hands. If you're dribbling on the left side, you dribble with your left hand. But he's just putting it right in front of you, but he stepped out of bounds. So that's because Mason put pressure on him. But still, like, that should be an easy steal every single day. That kid, and he's one of their top scorers too. He does not dribble with his left. Put a little bit of pressure on him, he will be turning the ball over.